outfits. Was it your intention or were you persuaded by your management?
Oh no, it was like everybody dressed like that. You know, it was like
glitter,
it was fashionable.
Yeah.
So we wanted to be fashionable, I guess. We were just young guys at the time, you know what I mean? Not like, oh, like I am now. It was just trendy, you know.
Yeah.
So you just try to be trendy, you know.
I've read on your homepage that once in your hometown, when you returned from your tour, that you were wearing some show outfit and your wife said you're not allowed to come around.
It was, I mean, that was all long hair and you know, blah blah. You know, it was just a fashion thing when you were a kid. And, you know, that's why I love it when people come up to me now and they want me to slag modern fashion. You know, like, what do you think of all that? Dan? I say, hey, that's kids. It's just a fashion thing. I mean, you want to be cool with your mates and cool with, you know, you want to be cool when you're young. You know. So.
What do you think? How important are show outfits, stage effects? Some bands like Kiss or even AC/DC use them for a career in rock music.
Kiss have made a career out of it, you know, which is it really worked for them. Yeah. So it was great for them, you know. And I've seen people using it well, like Sir David Bowie.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be a spider from Mars, and then I'll be the man in white, and then I'll be the man in black, and then I'll be the cracked tractor. You know? So he uses the media well. Yeah. But most bands just bumble along and they get fed up with wearing high boots and go back to training shoes, you know what I mean? Because I mean, the bands from our era, it was the music we were trying to sell, it wasn't a visual thing. Yeah. You know, it wasn't what you looked like, or because there was no video. You know, there was no MTV, you know, it's like so. You just played your music, you know, and the music press basically. But there was no MTV or Viva or whatever they're all called. So it was just music. It was an audio media, now it's a visual media, you know. And that's why I was just talking to the other lads there. People like Lady Gaga, you know. You can be as outrageous as you like, but everybody else that's following you has to be as outrageous as you. For this year, you know, maybe not next year, but for this year. But for the moment, that's what you have to do. Playing the game, I guess.
Is it true that you've been offered the position of the lead singer of Deep Purple? I think that's a fake.
No, that was a joke.
It's a fake.
That was a joke. I know. What happened was, we were on a tour with Deep Purple. And Richie Blackmore came into our dressing room and he says, you know, he'd been watching the show and that. And Richie was a practical joker, Richie, you know, he is, you know. And he went, hey Dan, you sound pretty good, how's your job with Purple? And Pete said, how do you like your legs broken? You know, it was just a joke. And you know, somebody in the crew said it. I get it's way out of hand.
Even in Wikipedia.
I couldn't sing Harry Engel sings. We've got completely different voices. I love Ian's voice, but I don't.
Yes, that's true.
I don't want to sound like him. How could you do the stuff he does?
Yes, that's true. And the position of Bon Scott of AC/DC, I've read this too. But even if you don't like to talk about it,
no, I really don't, because it's like not true. No, it's not true. Brian got the job. He's a very good singer, so that's good. So I've got my own band anyway.
Many people think that Nazareth are one of the most underrated bands. And do you think that if you would have stayed in the heavy metal corner, like AC/DC, instead of playing different styles, from rock to folk and to ballads and experimenting with your music, that you would share their success? They will play in front of 80,000 people in
possibly
Upper Austria.
But it would be uninteresting.
I think. You told me that you would be bored.
I would be bored by it, you know. I like to do different things. I mean, I love rock and roll. I mean, I really do. It's where I'm coming from. But I like to try other things to see how you can do them. And I also think that our fans have got a brain, you know, and they think, well, they're trying that, and that's kind of interesting, or what a load of shite. I mean, you don't know, you know, but our criteria in music has always been If we like it, we'll do it, and if the fans don't like it, then they won't buy it.
Yes.
You know, so sometimes you get it right and sometimes you don't.
Yes, I've always enjoyed it a lot. There's different types of music, there's different styles.
When I buy records, if the song that I bought it for is the same as every other song on the record, then I won't be buying the next record. Do you know what I mean? So I think everybody should evolve and progress, whatever, or digress sometimes, whatever. You know what I mean?